everyone, welcome back to the Legal Explorer. This is Advocate Romana. Today I'm going to discuss with you a very interesting and controversial topic right now, which is going in the present Supreme Court. A Muslim man can legally marry 4 wives in India. Everyone knows that. A Hindu, a Christian, a Parsi man who marries second time goes to jail for 7 years under section 82 of Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Is this equality? Is this what the Quran actually demands? As we know, on 31st July 2026, the Supreme Court of India issued notice to the central government and on a petition that they want the polygamy among Muslims should be declared unconstitutional. As I'm an advocate, as I run the Legal Awareness channel, today I'm going deep into the Quran, into the history, into the constitution, and into the real impact the women are facing because of second, third, and fourth marriage. Watch till the end, the complete video. This will make many people feel uncomfortable, but we should know our rights and what going around us. See exactly what happened in the Supreme Court. Let's discuss first. A 3-judge bench of Chief Justice Suryakant, Justice Bakshi, and Justice V. Mohana, they issued a notice to the center. The petition was filed by a women's rights activist Zakia Soman and Noorjahan Safia Nyas. They are the founders of Bharatiya Muslim Mahila Andolan, along with others. They have challenged section 2. So basically they have filed a case and they have challenged the section 2 of Muslim personal law, nothing but Shariat law. So Muslim personal law, Shariat Application Act 1937, which allows Muslim personal law, including the practice of polygamy, to govern Muslims in India. So basically, what are the petitioners are demanding? As you came to know what they want, they just want to remove the polygamy from Muslims. But what the petitioners are demanding? They are saying declared polygamy among Muslims unconstitutional. Why? Because they are saying that it violates Article 14, nothing but equality. Article 15, nothing but non-discrimination. And Article 21, right to life and dignity. And they are saying that apply section 82 of Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. They are saying that apply section 82 on Muslims as well as. Because 82 says that the bigamy law that punishes second marriage while the first spouse is alive. So they are saying there must be uniformity to every Indian citizen. Remove the religious exemption for Muslim men. Make all polygamous marriages void from the beginning. Nothing but void ab initio, from the beginning itself. Void ab initio is nothing but from the beginning itself. See, next they said compulsory registration of every Muslim marriage and divorce, so that the secret second, third or fourth marriages cannot happen. So that demanding the Muslim marriage should be compulsory registered, so that the secret second, third and fourth marriage which are happening, it should not happen. And immediate right of first wife and her children to the matrimonial home. They are also demanding fast track mechanism for maintenance in polygamous cases. Next, they are demanding direction to the center and the law commission to codify Muslim personal law in line with constitutional gender equality. The court has tagged this petition with other pending matters on Muslim personal law, including the challenges of Talaq-e-Hasan. We will discuss this later. What is Talaq-e-Hasan? So as we know, right now the ball is now in the center's court. So the central government, the center will be decide what will happen. Now here, what is the core legal argument? Why this is controversial? Because for every other community in India, bigamy is crime, as we know. For Muslim men, personal law gives a religious shield. So Muslim man can marry four. So the petitioner says this create a legal asymmetrical. The same act is criminal for one community and protected for another. This fails the constitutional. This fails the constitutional test of constitutional test of ineligible. Nothing but it differentiate under Article 14. They are also arguing that polygamy causes severe psychological trauma, economic destitution and abandonment of women and children. And they are saying it is directly violating the right to live with dignity under Article 21. A survey cited in the petition that across 7 states claim that 88% of cases the first wife's consent was never taken, and 79% of cases she was not even informed. The practice, they say, is not driven more by fraud than by any religious ideal of justice. Now we'll discuss according to the Quran. See, in Quran, now the most important part, what does Quran actually says? In Quran there is a Surah Al-Nisa. Surah Nisa, chapter 4, in that verse 3 says, like I'll explain you the verse in the English itself. What it says that, if you fear that you will not deal, listen carefully, if you fear that you will not deal justly with the orphan girls, then marry those that please you of other women. Nothing but, see, 2 or 3 or 4. But if you fear that you will not give justice, then marry only one, or those your right hand possess. So nothing but Quran is saying, when you are not able to manage both, when you can't give justice to both, then marry only one. Quran, it's nowhere mentioning that marrying 4 is mandatory. I request the youngsters, I request the one who is misusing the Quran, read the Quran properly. And the verses begins with the condition in Quran that about orphans, that it is saying that it was revealed, this polygamous was revealed under the battle of Uhud, where many Muslim men had died, leaving behind a large number of widows and orphans. So pre-Islamic Arabia had unlimited polygamy. The Quran limited it to a maximum of 4. The permission is strictly conditional on the ability to do justice. So the verses itself says that if you fear you cannot do justice, then marry only one. And in Quran it's clearly mentioning that marry the orphans. But nowadays in the society, the first marriage is love marriage, second marriage according to your mother, third marriage in your office. This is disgusting. This is completely violation. And in Surah Nisa, verse 129 says that, and you will never be able to, if you are not able to keep equal between wives, even if you should strive, do it so. So do not incline completely towards one and leave another hanging. And if you amend any fear, then indeed Allah is ever forgiving and merciful. This is the words the petitioners and the many reformist scholars rely on heavily. So basically, I demand, don't misuse Quran. Read the Quran properly. The Quran itself declares that perfect equality between wives is impossible, even if a man tries his hardest. So people are misusing. As I said you, they are marrying first wife according to their choice, second wife according to the mother, third wife when they are meeting in the office with the colleagues, they are marrying the third wife. So this is completely because of one person mistake, the entire community is facing the hardship. So I request the youngsters, read Quran properly. If you want to marry the second, third, marry the orphans. Marry the one who are widows. Don't do this disgusting or and misuse. Please stop misusing the religion. And nowadays, as we know, the famous YouTuber Arman Malik, because of him, many are influencing. They are just marrying for the sake of they, as you know, the Arman Malik, he is a Hindu, but he is misusing the Muslim religion. He is by his name he is a Muslim, but he is practicing Hindu. That is completely wrong. He is indirectly influencing people to do first marriage, second marriage, third marriage. If you are converted, you should practice it. Simply because of second marriage, people are also converting. So therefore, the practical rule becomes marry only one according to the Islam. But if you are marrying an orphan, there is a particular reason, or if you want to help, then it's fine, but don't misuse this. This is exactly the reasoning used by in 1956 case, when it banned polygamy through its personal status. They use Quranic justice as the basic, not Western secularism. Turkey banned polygamy earlier in 1926 on secular grounds. Is polygamy as an essential religious practice of Islam? The petitioner says no, because it is a permissive conditional practice, not a core pillar like prayer, not a core pillar like fasting, not a core pillar like Hajj. It is not Sunnah. People are doing it Sunnah. Under Article 25 of Indian Constitution, religious freedom is subject to public order, morality and health, and also to the constitutional morality and gender justice, as held in the Triple Talaq judgment. Even this should be declared unconstitutional because people are misusing it. What it is my opinion. This polygamy, how it is impacting women in real life. Even if the classical permission exists, the lived reality in India is often very different. First wife frequently face emotional negligence, reduced financial support, and social stigma. Children from the first marriage often lose inheritance share and emotional security. I have seen practically in the many personal cases. And the secret second marriage leaves the first wife without legal protection, because Muslim marriages are still not compulsory registered in most states. The absolute justice required by the Quran is rarely enforced by any court and community body. This is why the petitioners called polygamy a primary driver of female destitution. After the Supreme Court banned instant triple talaq in 2017, many activists argued that the next logical step is to address polygamy and the remaining discriminatory aspects of personal law. This petition is part of that this petition is a part for the women development. What other Muslim majority countries have done till now? Let's discuss. See, Tunisia in 1956 completely banned, justified using Quran, and Turkey has banned in 1926, complete ban under the civil code. Several other countries, Morocco, Algeria, Pakistan, Bangladesh. In Pakistan, if you want to marry a second wife, you need to take consent of first wife. Indonesia, they have introduced strict conditions, nothing but court permission, consent of first wife, as I said you earlier, proof of financial capacity, etc. But in India, there is no consent from first wife, there is no financial capacity. India remains one of the few democratic country where the practice continues with almost no state regulation under the personal law. The The constitution, and let's discuss in the constitution and UCC angle. Article 44 of the constitution, directive principles, article 44 of the constitution, directive principles, directs that the state to endeavor to secure a uniform civil code for all citizens. The petitioners argue that allowing one community an exemption from the criminal law of bigamy undetermines the idea of equal citizens. As you said, as I gave you earlier the example of YouTuber Arman Malik, as he is an influencer, many are getting influence. And opponents will argue that the personal law are protected under Article 25, freedom of religion, and that the court should not interfere in the religious matters. This is the exact tension. This is the exact tension the Supreme Court will have to resolve this matter. The same tension that existed in the triple talaq, in the Sabarimala and other cases. So, I want to end this video here. If you have any further doubts, you can comment in my comment section. See, before ending this, let's be clear one thing, that the Quran limited an unlimited pre-Islamic practice and made justice to the not negotiable condition. Remember this, Quran has not made mandatory for polygamy. Only in the few situations, you are rich, there is an orphan girl, there is a widow, then help. But present, no. As I said you, खुद के पसंद की एक, माँ के पसंद की एक, ऑफिस में पसंद आ रही, हाँ, they are misusing. The same Quran also said that perfect justice between multiple wives is impossible, whether one follows the classical interpretation or conditional permission, or as I said you, or else if you don't want to disturb the Shariat law, bring the rule that before marrying the second wife, take the consent from the first wife. If she is okay and show the financial capacity of a man, then only in India the same rules has to become, then only the second marriage should be valid. Either this or either that, because many women are suffering because of this. So this case is not about attacking any religion. It is about whether the state can continue to give legal protection to a practice that is real life frequently leaves women and children without protection. It's affecting the women, it's affecting the children, it's affecting the women and the children protection. The Supreme Court has asked the central government to respond. What do you think? You just say me, should the bigamy law apply equally to every citizen? Does the Quran emphasis on justice support reforms? So basically what I want to say is, or is this interference is religion? Comment your opinion below, but don't misuse the Quran. I request to read the Quran properly. Because of one person, the entire community name is getting worst. I request the youngsters, understand the Quran, read the Quran properly, so that you will able to know like what Quran actually says. If you have any further doubts, you can comment in the comments.